wanna get it, man. Get your tail, it's a different lane. When you playing for the winning team, RP to Mr. Wayne's. Bang, bang, we gon' win the game. Core crank, hit you with your pain.
I be spitting real, be spitting backwash, yeah. So I'ma have to ask you all to back off. Hitters in my DMs try to hit me with the caps lock. Cause I'm always beasting on the camera like the Sam Squatch. Wait until I blow, y'all gon' see me blast off.
What's up? What's up?
Oh, what's happening? What's up, Kristi? What's going on?
What's up, man? Thank you, everybody. It is Monday. Thank you
Yes,
for
it
being
is.
here, for the love of details. Those of you that are returning, I appreciate you guys always being on and supporting. If you're new here, welcome. We are here with none other than Jamie the Cleaner, the Wakeater, Jamie Pardee, the Thor King. I don't know.
Let me tell you something, brother. I mean, sister. Look, first, Kristi, let's shout out our dude Sam Squatch.
Oh,
he's going through it out there.
yes.
You know, it's
Oh, he's in
sad
the
thing,
chat.
but yes. And I'm just gonna share his GoFundMe, but I'll jack this all up. So hold on. Balls for the cause.
Shout out to you, Sam Squatch. I've been praying for you.
Yes. Messed up the link. Hold on, Sam. Hold on.
We're getting there.
Hold, paste, send. Oh, all right, still jacked it up. Okay. Shout out to Sam though.
Yeah, shout out to you.
Bro.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, I can't figure out how to post the link. If someone wants to figure out how to post the link to this thing, Sam's got to GoFundMe. All right, go out there and put a little something in Sam's GoFundMe. Eddie set it up for him.
Yes.
Shout out to Sam Squatch.
Yes, we've been posting it. There's tons of us who have been posting it on Facebook. I know it's on the House of Rags. If somebody could find the link and post it here in the show. Hello, Becca. Thanks for making it. I'd really appreciate it. Again, Sam Squatch, we are all here. We're all thinking of you. And if you need anything, please do not hesitate to
Yes, sir.
To reach out.
Talk, anything, sir.
We are here.
We appreciate you.
Absolutely.
And paste the link. Okay, I think I figured it out.
Okay.
Boom. There's the GoFundMe link. All right. We did it.
Perfect.
Shout out links. Links are tough.
Yeah, they are.
All right.
So
Well, thank you for having me on the show.
Yeah, I figured we have some big news coming to the House of Rags. It hasn't launched yet, but it's on its way. And that is this whole Wakeater line, which is super interesting and exciting. One thing I have to ask before we even get started is how in the heck did you get hooked up with a pro wakeboard tour? Because aside from a marine line, I mean, you have some real world experience with this wakeboard tour. How did that happen?
Yep. So let's start the history of Wakeater, right? So beginning of the year, I'm like, we need a marine line. You know, that's the only thing we're kind of missing out of the stores. We don't have nothing for the boat people out there. You know, taking care of the boat materials and the carpet and gel coats, just a different beast. And you want a specific thing for that situation. So we started looking at boat lines and stuff, marine lines, and there's a lot of good ones out there. But I was like, they're almost like a little too serious. And for a marine line, I kind of was looking for something a little more fun, a little more exciting. And we were like, well, how about we make like a detail code marine line or something like that? But even that was still like a little bit too on the serious side. And we're like, let's just make a new brand. So we started kind of workshopping names and that kind of deal. And, our COO Wiley has a cooler boat that what me and Eddie know. I'm like a bass boat guy, so only boats I see in detail. I have detailed a wake boat a couple years back, But mostly I see like the fanciest boats I see are like Phoenix bass boats. So I
Yeah.
do a lot of bass boats, that kind of stuff, and they get pretty grimy and dingy. But he's like, man, yeah, I need some good stuff. So I took a lot of information from him, products he would be looking for to wipe down boats like that kind of deal.
Yeah.
And those are boats that sit most of the time at marinas and stuff.
In the water.
Yeah, in the water. So
Yeah.
we're like, what do we need? We need a fun brand. We need a cool name. And we need, basically, I want to make like the most biodegradable kind of soaps, cleaners you can use in this situation. So even if the soap goes into the water, it's like super readily biodegradable, all that good stuff.
Yeah,
so,
important.
Yeah. So I'm a big fan of like monster movies, Godzilla's and all that kind of stuff. I love a good cheesy monster movie. So I'm like, this needs to be like a monster. So I came up with Wakeater. The Wakeater's the monster. We ran it through our graphic designer. We're like, go wild is what we told him. And we're like, I want a monster. His name's Wakeater. Go wild. The first one he came back with is the logo. We were like, that's it. That's it. We did it. So we came up with that, and then we started working on the formulas and stuff. So, and going to the Pro Wakeboard Tour, we're like, how do we launch this? And it's kind of hard to get people excited about boat care, right? So
yeah.
Have fun branding and that kind of deal. But how do we get in front of maybe the right audience? So we started looking up these wakeboard events and stuff. And the Pro Wakeboard Tour came up. It looked like a really fun event. It's got Supra Boats as the sponsor.
Yeah.
Reached out like, need some sponsors. So we became a sponsor of the tour.
Oh, okay.
They invited me to come out, and the Supra boat section, they have a bunch of boats. So I'm like, y'all need someone to wipe them down? I'm your guy. So that's how it kind of set up. Is we sponsored the show, and I was the kind of the designated. I'll show up, wipe down all the boats, and they also cool enough to give me a ride in the boat. If you go watch the video we launched last night, got some really cool footage from the event, and it's a fun time. That's kind of the story of Wakeater so far. Okay. Unsuccessfully, though, we wanted to launch at that event, and of course, couldn't get it quite launched.
Yeah.
Well, plans always change.
Yeah.
Whether it comes down to the labels, the sprayers, the bottles. This one was the bottles. We wanted a slightly different bottle, and just took the bottles a little bit longer to come in. It's a cool, I don't know how to describe it, kind of a shorter bullet style bottle, clear. Okay. So the colors of the product line are going to be real bright, colorful, that kind of deal.
Okay.
Just an overall fun marine line.
Yeah. So is this geared then more towards like a DIYer? Is this for a professional? Is this for anybody who wants,
real straightforward. Like the first two launching will be, the first two products we're going to launch will be Fish Safe Boat Soap.
Okay.
Which is, I think, going to be the most readily biodegradable soap on the market.
Okay.
It's made with real high quality stuff. Like as soon as it hits the water, we want the suds to completely kind of dissipate and go in immediately. Like readily biodegradable means it's like 60% biodegradable in like 60 days, I think, or 30 days, something like that. I think it's 30 days. But this will be like this. So we want it like instantaneous. Wow. So super biodegradable soaps. You're not going to get like mega foam with it or nothing, but to get, to make it, we want it either super, you go foam party, or you can make it super readily biodegradable. So we got it the foam just enough.
Yeah.
To be this Fish Safe Boat Soap. And the other one is Quick Detailer with UV. So QD with UV. Okay. So it's just a jacked up, QD, super easy to use with tons of UV inhibitors. Great for any surface of the vehicle. The boat.
That's the one you can use on the exterior or the interior. Is that the one you were using in the video?
Yeah, you can wipe down everything with it. But I did use in that video the interior, the cabin cleaner. That's the more designated cabin cleaner. It's just a deeper clean, and it leaves kind of real nice finish. But you can wipe down anything with the Quick Detailer as well. So
are you starting with 3 products? It's the soap, the Quick Detailer, and the cabin cleaner?
Cabin cleaner won't be quite ready, but the soap and the Quick Detailer will be ready in a couple weeks. Okay. Do you have a vision for what you want the whole line to entail? Do you guys have a plan, and can you let us in on that plan? Yeah, totally. So I've done product testing on all the chemicals in the lineup. So it's going to be Fish Safe Boat Soap is the pH neutral, not going to hurt your protection. If you ceramic coat your boat, not going to degrade, all that good stuff, pH neutral soap. And the other one is going to be called Salt Eater Soap. It's the you want to clean, you're
The
gonna
big
clean
time.
with this soap. Like
Okay.
I did a filthy boat. I mean, this boat, the Wakeater wasn't saving this boat, but it cleaned everything off the just nasty, mildewy green junk off of it.
Nice.
It cleaned the mess out of this boat. So, but it's more designated for salt, but salt water keeps the corrosion down, all that good stuff. So that's what that soap is going to be focused around. Foam it on, you can spray it off, or foam it on, use it in a bucket wash, or you can even put it in a sprayer and use it, spray it on real quick, wipe it down, that kind of deal.
So it's versatile.
It's versatile. Yeah, it's going to be the more powerful soap in the line, designed to go after salt, mildew, dirty boats.
Okay.
Yeah, keep that salt neutralized, all that good stuff.
Yes.
And so that's the two soaps.
Okay.
Then we have QD with UV, the nice, fun, quick detailer anybody can use, and it can be used in, on a car if you wanted to.
That was my next question.
Yeah. That's probably the only one that'll translate. It's quick detailer. Of course, the pH neutral soap, but again, it's not going to be a foam party.
Okay.
So that kind of deal. And then cabin cleaner, interior cleaner, it cleans I use this on some dry plastic. I'm talking about this disaster boat I tested this stuff on.
Yeah.
Was hammered. And I used it on some nicer, more maintained boats as well.
Yeah.
But it even brought back plastics that were just crispity crunchy, fully sun-baked. Yeah, so really good restorer, conditioner. And cabin cleaner also has a anti-mildew. So it prevents mildew from growing on the surface once you've cleaned with it. So yeah, that's what cabin cleaner focuses around. So what is that? 4. Water spot remover. Got to have a water spot remover.
Okay.
For water spots. Works on all the materials and stuff. That one's pretty straightforward. What's it called? Like quick coat spray, rinse. If you want speedy protection for your gel coated surfaces, works really great on the gel coated surfaces.
Okay. So spray on, rinse off.
Spray on, rinse off, easy peasy there. What else? Compound. We got a compound that really eats at oxidation. So it's pretty hard cutting compound, and it finishes well. So knocks off heavy oxidation, can finish, that kind of deal. We're working on 2 wool pads, cutting and finishing. So you can cut and finish the boat with the compound. And I'm working on like a rust polish, like for metals. We'll see where that goes. That one's still in the stages. Development. Yeah, for sure. But all the other ones I just said are pretty much ready to go. A couple, we're just waiting on raw ingredients, like all of that. But the QD with UV and the fish safe boat soap, it's pretty. I got to slow down when I say that one. All right, fish safe boat soap. It's kind of hard to say.
Is that really what it's called? Fish safe.
Yeah, that's really what it's called.
That's on the bottle.
Yeah, it's on the bottle. Fish safe boat soap.
Say that 3 times fast.
Yes. Yeah, it's funny.
That's hilarious.
But
is there a coating?
Not yet.
Not yet. Is that something that will come in the future?
Yeah, it'll be down the line. More of when the compound's ready, that kind of deal. Still in development, still testing it. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, one day we might have a pretty bad marine coat.
Yeah, I see that in the future. I do.
Yeah, for sure.
What about RVs? Does marine care, does that translate to RVs?
So I actually sent the compound. I might have sent that over to Eileen. She does a bunch of RVs.
Oh, okay.
Chalky RVs. So I'm like, you test this out and tell me if it works on RVs and stuff. I don't do RVs too much, so I sent it out for testing. But it should translate. It's pretty similar surface. Chalks up, oxidizes. You want to knock all that crap off, and it should translate, no problem.
Okay. So could you use for the oxidation on a vehicle as well? Or
it's a pretty hardcore compound. I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it translates to the regular clear coat, especially these days. Modern clear coat, maybe a single stage.
Yeah. Okay.
Might do some good work. The compound is going to be a serious compound for that gel coat. Gel coat's pretty hard. You got to heat it up to actually cut all that out. So that might not translate.
I'm sure you guys are, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sure you're working closely with chemists here.
Yeah.
Is it, I mean, I guess it is for a gel coat versus a clear coat. Is the chemistry that much different?
That's why we're waiting on, like raw materials and stuff. Like we didn't have this ready, already in the lab. So it's completely different chemistry for most of it. The quick detail, like I said, pretty interchangeable. It just it's kind of it's more adapt to kind of stay on that gel coat. Yeah. But it's at the end of the day, it's quick detailer, right? Spray, wipe, it's going to leave behind some decent protection, mostly gloss, slickness, that kind of deal.
That's awesome. What about scents? Are these chemicals scented?
The Fish Safe Boat Soap and QD with UV will be for sure. That'll be the most fan friendly, starter. That'll really test the market for us if how much we want to invest in the Wakeater side of things. We're going to be late to the season, obviously. That's why we launched Memorial Day weekend. Didn't get that accomplished, so unfortunately, now we're kind of missing half the boat season. But it is what it is. We'll pump these two out and kind of test the market, that kind of deal. And by next summer, we'll have the full Wakeater line ready to go, that kind of deal.
Yeah. So you mentioned sponsoring this, pro wakeboard. Were you sponsoring Supra boats particularly, or just the whole tour?
The whole tour. Yeah, not Supra boats. Supra boats were a sponsor of the tour like us, and we teamed up with Supra boats to kind of make that segment.
Okay.
Get the wipe down the boat.
Okay.
I actually picked his brain too on what, marine guys like him are looking for. And he brought up, a couple chemicals that actually can keep the vinyl in boats cool as you're out in the water and that kind of deal. I was like, that's nuts.
Wow.
I need to look up into that technology and stuff. So that's pretty cool. So it was it's a great event to go to and get to wipe down those Supra boats, pick his brain. And it's just overall fun. That event's nuts. They had Olympic level athletes. And I'm just watching them. I'm like, my knees could not do any of this. I'd be hospital bound real quick if I was to get out there on one of these boards. My goodness.
That's funny. I grew up on boats. I lived in a town where a river ran through it. Yeah. So I've been on boats all my life. But, as I got older, I think I tried twice to get up on a wakeboard. Yeah, not happening. So I prefer to stay in the bow, drinking my cold drink, and I'll just watch.
I was having a conversation with Josh a couple weeks ago or something, and I was like, only board I've ever had success on is a boogie board. And you just flop on that mug and you ride on in. Yeah, that's the only board I've ever had success on.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I have skied. Skiing was a little easier for me, maybe because there were two. I'm not sure, but still I was never good at it.
I've never been skiing. Last time I even went rollerblading, my knees hurt so bad, immediately, one lap. And I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. My knees hurt so bad.
Yeah.
Nuts. So
do you have any other visions of doing any more collaborations with other tours or other companies, marine companies, actual boat? Somebody like Supra, working with.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Right?
Yeah, those are cool boats and stuff. So we'll see. We were testing the waters with the sponsoring this pro wakeboard tour, and I think it was pretty successful. I got a couple of shorts cooked, ready to come out when Wakeater's ready. But other than that, it was a fun time.
Yeah, and you got to take your family too, didn't you?
Yeah. It was over there in Fort Worth, Texas. So we took a little trip down there. It's about 20 minutes away from what they call the stockyard.
Yeah,
Fort Worth, Texas. So you can go there and they got bulls on the sidewalks and stuff. The kids can jump on, and I'm like, that's they took up the whole dang sidewalk. I'm like, golly, them Texas Longhorns, that place was nuts.
They don't mess around, huh?
I don't know. Yeah, he hopped up on that bull. I was surprised. My kids just chopped up on. Well, one of them did. The little one was like, I don't know about this.
Oh yeah.
I don't know about this guy.
That's pretty awesome. The weather looked pretty good too for being Texas. Didn't look bad. Was it hot?
Hot. It was so hot. Yeah, it was miserable.
Oh, was it? Humid, right?
Yeah, it was probably the first hot weekend of the summer, and it was absolutely brutal. I can't find any good pictures of these Longhorns. I want to pull up some Longhorns. These things are nuts.
Well, while you're looking, we do have a question. Slick is asking, are you thinking of bringing a textile protectant for boats, something real heavy duty?
Oh, for the boat carpet. That's a good idea.
That is a really good idea.
Because we need a house brand textile protectant anyway. It's been brought up a couple times to make one for Detail Co. Yeah. But they're pretty hard to figure out. Yeah. Especially now that everyone's forever chemical free. A lot of those had a bunch of nasty stuff in them, but they worked real good. Yeah. But, so they're hard formulas to figure out and test and stuff. But that would be a challenge. For the Wakeater line, I think. Yeah, that's a good idea. Because that was like the last Phoenix boat I did, that was their main concern was, can you get the carpet back, to its original kind of color and stuff. And that I used Sword deep clean that mug real easy, real fast, made it look bright again.
Yeah.
Fantastic. But yeah, it didn't have nothing. Sword leaves behind, some kind of conditioners in carpet.
Yeah.
And it kind of anti-staining technology, but it's not like a real textile sealant. So that's a really good idea.
Yeah, I agree. David is asking, we just answered that. I think it's not a one product line. Nope. There are multiple marine products. Sorry. I should have read that before.
Here's this bull. Look at this thing. How you
Oh
focus?
my gosh.
Yeah, dude, this thing is huge.
Okay, wait. That's a real bull?
That's a real bull, Kristi.
Okay.
I'm talking about they had a real longhorn on the sidewalk, no fence.
I
mean,
thought
with
you were
steps.
talking about just like
No,
a
Kristi.
mechanical
I'm
bull.
talking about a real deal longhorn.
Oh my goodness.
That's why I'm like, I want to pull this up because I don't think y'all believe in me.
I didn't.
No, I'm telling you. Let me find a live
did you
photo.
grab that bull by the horns, Jamie? Did you even go near it? Did you get on
I
it?
ain't touching that bull. All right, here's the. Oh, that's no. But yeah, real deal, man. Look at this bad boy. That's a big old bull.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, huge. It's hilarious.
Yeah, the stockyard's pretty fun though. Real hot, but you'll see that. Then they like herd them like once a day, and all the bulls come through there. So that was a real good family vacation. It kind of turned into.
Yeah.
Yeah, the boat ride saved it for the kids because I'm be honest, when you're there at the wakeboard tour live and you're on the set, they don't know what's going on. The boat just does this all day, and you got to really pay attention to see the flips and stuff.
Yeah,
and you really don't know what's going on. But once we got on the boat, it's like, this is awesome. Like, that was fun.
Did the kids, were they able to get on the boats as well?
Yep. We all got on the boat. Took a nice little boat ride. Ain't nothing better than a boat ride. Really not.
There ain't
nothing like being on a boat.
You're right.
And, it gets real cool with the nice breeze, and then seeing these dudes do their thing. We got to see what I recorded was pro surf. So they surfed the wake, so it wasn't the full wakeboard. Wakeboard obviously be a little cooler because they get some air. The pro surf was pretty impressive though too, because one dude, like, I got his whole pass and he didn't fall like both passes. I'm like, dang, these dudes are wild.
Yeah, I don't have balance like that any longer. I could
no. Yeah, exactly. It would have to be on par or better than that brand stuff. That's the best one. So, like, good luck. You know what I'm saying? That's some good stuff.
You got your work cut out for you, right?
That'd be hard. Yeah. So that's why it keeps getting pushed back. But sooner or later, we will take that challenge and see if we can do something about it.
Yeah. It's also been brought up here, fabric coat, the plexiglass coat. So that would be another, right? Because that's what boats, right? It's all plexiglass. So some kind of coating maybe to keep that glass looking nice and clear. And
I think the coating I'd like the design for it will be able to go on all of it, in the metal, the plexiglass, the gel coat, and protect and preserve all that in one go. That way you don't have too many coating SKUs. It makes it real easy. This goes on everything. So like I said, the coating's in development, and I want it to be an all-purpose coating and be real. It's got to be real durable and stout and something impressive. So we'll see what gets cooked up.
Yeah. And David, I agree. That's kind of like where my mind was going, just having or seeing Thor at all of these different, boat tours throughout the summer.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. Look, this is kind of my side project. This is kind of my side quest of Thor.
Yeah.
Eddie ain't going to no boat shows. Let's be honest here. He ain't happening. He was like, I ain't going to Fort Worth, Texas to sweat my butt off and get on this boat. It ain't happening. You know what I mean? So this is my side quest. So we'll see. We'll see how many boat shows I can get to. But we got a full schedule for the rest of the year. So.
Oh, do you?
Oh yeah.
Visiting other shows?
Visiting, just can't announce nothing yet, Kristi.
Okay.
We got some stuff coming up that's real fun. There'll be something in August, something in September, and then SEMA's right around the corner. Yeah. And
So when is the actual launch for Wakeater for the first two products anyway?
Whenever these
okay, so
get pumped out. Yeah, we're just pretty much any day, any week now. Whenever they just show up to the warehouse, because the order's in, they're being made. Just takes time to get them through the fill line, get it all mixed up, bottled, labeled, sent over.
David says Wakeater rinseless.
We'll see.
I don't know. Rick has a good comment here, though. This is actually something I had written down because I really know nothing about boat. I mean, I know how to ride in one, but in terms of detailing, so what is the big difference besides? Well, I mean, not all boats are in saltwater. So what is it?
Yeah.
What is the difference?
Like I said, like the compound wise, like you need a pretty stout compound to get through this gel coat. You got to heat it up. You got to make sure you cut out all the oxidation. Maybe even like sand the whole thing down first if it's real chalky. So like boats, you can get real aggressive with a boat with that gel coat. So that's the difference of like the polishing side. The coating side, you can't just slap on any coating because that water just gonna tear it up.
Yeah.
So you need a real stout marine grade coating. Quick wipe down products are pretty similar, but you want that interior cabin cleaner to have that mildew. So that mildew, just pop right back up if you just clean with a normal kind of interior cleaner. So we want to have that built-in anti-mildew technology in there ready to go. And that's kind of what you're just fighting against: the mildew, the oxidation, the heat. Everything's baking on a boat when you're out there in the water, like times 10, because the water's reflecting the sun. UV's hitting it 360 pretty much all the way around it. So that's pretty much, and the plexiglass, that too.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of difference, but like I said, the quick detailer is going to be the bridge. If you wanted to use it on a car, the quick detailer would be the way to go. But everything else is going to be pretty much just boat only.
Okay. Becca is asking, sorry if I can even get to it here. Will it be on Thor and its own website?
It'll be on Thor. It probably won't have its own website, but
okay.
I'll ask Eddie, but I ain't making you a website for your boat stuff. You have your tab, you go click on Wakeater. I ain't making a website for the Wakeater.
So what else is coming with the chemicals? Will there be specific towels? Will there be accessories or okay?
Yes. Yeah. So think like these vinyl seats. If you ever clean the boat vinyl, it's gotta get pretty aggressive to get them clean. So there's gonna be something specific to help you out with cleaning that's gonna pair up with cabin cleaner, help you get those vinyl seats real clean. Okay. And of course, it'll just have like a generic Wakeater dry towel.
Okay. Sounds
green,
good.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it'll have a couple accessories, the wool pads, that kind of deal. It's gonna be just a fun little marine line. We just need that solution for the website, and we want it to make it really fun.
Nice.
The goat marine towel. No, it won't be a goat, but it'll be a special Wakeater towel.
Yeah. Will Jamie get a special captain hat?
Yeah, I need a special captain hat.
You do, definitely.
Actually, I just get a full Wakeater mascot suit.
And it is, what is it? A squid? An octopus? A squid?
Beats me, Kristi. You think I know the animals like that? You think I'm a marine biologist all of a sudden or something? What is that thing? Where's the logo? Where's the logo for this? Let's get to the bottom of this. That's a good question. Is this a squid or is this an octopus? Because I don't know.
I mean, I feel like I remember seeing tentacles.
It has some mechanical arms as well, like robot arms. So
I don't know.
It's just its own kaiju. You know what I mean? You know what a kaiju is, Kristi?
I have no idea. What the hell is that?
That's a Japanese monster.
Oh.
Like Godzilla is called a kaiju.
A kaiju? Kaiju.
Y'all tell me, like, what is this? That's an octopus, right? Big brain.
I'd call it yeah. I would say octopus.
Kristi, just Google what's the difference between a squid and an octopus. I don't know what.
That's a good question.
The difference between.
Does anybody know that? I don't.
Squid. See, this is why I want to get like a permanent producer on these podcasts. The type of when we have dumb questions like this.
They have a different amount of like hearts or brains or something.
Their body shape and number and arrangement of their arms.
Okay.
Octopuses have 8 arms, all of which are similar in length, covered in suckers. Squids, on the other hand, have 8 arms and 2 longer tentacles, which are specialized for grabbing prey. So I think it's a squid because a squid, he has these mechanical things. Look, he's got like these robot arms.
I see. Okay.
So I'm gonna say he's a squid kaiju
The squid
World
kaiju.
eater.
Okay.
That's what he is.
Yes, and David, you're right. They spew ink if they're an octopus. I don't think squid. Do squid
I
spew?
thought squid spewed ink. I didn't think octopus spewed. I thought.
All right, Google it.
Back to Google. I thought squid is what it did the ink.
No, octopus spews ink. Haven't you seen Nemo?
No, the squid ink. Yes, squids do produce ink.
Oh, okay, they both do. See,
Right,
I feel like I should know that.
It's
Jeff
just
says that's the
octopuses.
monster from Pacific Rim. I think I don't even know what is that?
Kristi, where you been? You don't watch monster movies? Yes, octopus. Okay, they both shoot ink. I did not know this.
I
Okay,
did not
so
know that either.
there we go. They both got ink.
Okay,
squirting
but
all over
wait,
the place. So I
what
don't know
is-
what's that?
What is Pacific Rim?
Pacific. You gotta watch more monster movies. Look, Pacific Rim is like the first good American kaiju movie. So it's
Okay.
about these monsters that came out of the ocean. It's basically Wakeater, and then they built robots to fight the monsters.
Okay.
It's the West Coast version.
Thank you, Chingy. Now I know.
That's good. That's funny.
Okay, I do know the Kraken.
Yeah.
I did. What was the movie called that what was that the old like what was the old
With
Titan?
the Kraken, Clash of the Titans.
Awesome. Yes,
Right?
I love that movie actually. Isn't that weird?
I'd count that as a kaiju movie.
Okay. See, I
Was it
kind of know. I just
Clash? 1981. Yeah, that sounds right. 1981 Clash of the Titans.
Chingy, that was an epic comment though. You're absolutely right. Pacific Rim. that was pretty good. Clash of the Titans, that's right.
Kraken.
Yeah, Becca, I don't know if you guys know this about
Yeah,
Jeff. He watches movies. Have you heard of Plex?
What?
Plex. See, now you,
Glass.
not just me,
Come
Plex. Plex.
I don't know what you're talking about. That
So
app?
yes, it is an app that I mean
I
you
don't do
could
apps.
download like literally any movie that you could ever think of.
Mascots has place.
Yes, Jeff has this. And it's like movies, TV shows, anything. And I don't know, it's pretty cool. So
Don't shoot me a referral. I'll check it out.
yeah, Jeff, shoot Jamie a referral. You can see. I know.
We got
I-
to step up.
I used to watch movies all the time.
I know. It's like you get to like 30 and then like movies are they just get cut out.
Well, or you have kids and then all that's on is
Yeah, it's
Disney
whenever you have kids.
or
That's it.
YouTube or, I don't even know what my kids watch anymore. I'm just like, what in the heck
That's
is
pretty
this?
much it. Yep.
So let's talk about what's going on at the House of Rags. Yum had a drop of some
Yeah, Young back in stock.
some
They dropped
cool
some
things.
wheel woolies. They dropped the new Wash Mitt V2. They dropped the exfoliator pad, and their stuff's wild. I'll be honest, like Nick was showing us this stuff when he came to Pocatello. Me and Eddie were like, we suck. Like this stuff is nuts. I'm like, what is
Now,
happening?
The exfoliator pad, is that to be used with an iron remover? Is this like a clay mitt?
It's
okay.
a interior scrubber.
Oh,
Leather, vinyl, plastics.
okay. So look, I bought it and I had no idea.
Kristi's like, I don't know what it is. Add to cart.
Yep, add.
It looks cool. Nick sells it. I'm in. Add to cart. Yeah, the exfoliator mitt's like a
I'm
super
glad
script
I
ninja.
asked. I would have been making a video using it with iron remover. Could you imagine?
We're exfoliating the paint, everybody. We're rubbing in this iron remover,
I mean,
getting
that's
in all the nooks and crannies.
That's what I think of when I hear exfoliation. Come
That's
on,
funny.
right? I don't
So
know. I just
it's a think, like Scrub Ninja, but
Yeah.
it has microfiber wrapped around every scrubber. So it's like microfiber and whatever you call those things.
okay.
It hits hard. It's real nice.
Yeah, I'm excited. And honestly, I don't know why I was so excited for the bag. Maybe just because it's a bag.
The bag is freaking sweet.
I'm
I still
excited.
have it right here. Look at
Oh,
this
you do.
thing.
Oh, that's right. You do have it.
Yeah, I never removed it. Look at this. Oh, like, where's that exfoliator pad? I didn't bring it in. No.
Yeah, I'm excited
Wash
for that now. Yeah,
The
that wash.
Wash Mitt, this is nice.
Yeah.
Look at that thing. It just glistens.
I love it. And I love it because it doesn't look too huge. Like it looks like manageable. I'm not big into like the
Yeah, he
big
had one that was
Yeah,
bigger,
mine
about the
too.
size of the wash boss, and then he trimmed it down to this size.
Yeah,
Now it's freaking awesome. It's really good.
awesome. And I know
Comes on fire.
they are. And I know you've probably been asked 27,000 times, but when are the next products, the next shipment coming in? Is that going to hit the house soon? Because I know there's some things that are still out of stock. Is it on the boat?
It's on the boat. That's all I can say. I don't know.
So we
These shipping companies, we learned not to make a hard date or even give an estimate because I don't know. Boat's on the way. That's all we know.
Yeah.
Like literally, you know when it launches, when the boat's on the way, and then it's just like ghosts. You don't know. It's just out there living its best life. You don't know if it got hit by pirates. You don't know if the Wakeater came out the ocean, drowned it. You don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Now Rick is going to give me trouble. Do you remember when I think I called you, didn't I?
Yeah, you're like, how do I get shout out the buckets?
I couldn't. I could not. I swear. Oh my God. I felt like yeah, that was awful. Thanks, Rick, for
bringing that back up. That was a good one, Rick.
Poor Jamie, you were probably like, this girl, seriously?
Like, I was like, you gotta put some force on that thing, Kristi. Get it on there.
Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. Is the new Yum rinseless or coating on the next shipment? Do you know? Or is that not to be said yet?
No, everything should be on the boat. Yep.
Whew. If
Everything
you hear that, guys, everything.
Whenever that boat gets here, it'll be awesome.
That's awesome.
Yep,
so is there only one coating or is there two?
I know the coatings might wait a couple more months. They're not on the boat.
Oh, the coatings are not on
the coatings are not on the boat, I think.
Okay.
I forgot about the coating. So you have to wait on that. I think he wants to treat that very special.
Okay.
Big release. They're still finalizing packaging and stuff.
Okay. But is there one or two?
I don't know nothing, Kristi.
You don't know nothing?
I don't know nothing, Kristi. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what you're asking me right now. I am not the mayor of Yum. All I know is Wakeater and Wakeater accessories, all right?
Okay, Wakeater. This is a good time then to brought to you by Wakeater.
Hit the commercial.
Let's hit it. You know, I have to tell you, Jamie, you are the one who was coming up with all the cinematic greatness, correct?
Yep. All me.
I mean, I'm pretty impressed. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, you're doing the things lately. I mean, I know you're still posting. How are you finding time to still post on your channel? Plus, now we have Wakeater. Plus everything else. How are you doing it? Literally,
it's real easy, Kristi. You just don't sleep and you just don't eat and you just keep it trucking. All right. This content's got to be out there. All right. You got to get it going. That's real easy, Kristi. You just
I guess so. Does your family even see you anymore? Do you leave?
No, my wife's mad. Real mad. She's real mad right now. I was like, I got a podcast to go to. Just ran out the door, Kristi.
I'm so sorry. Send her my deepest and sincere apologies. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Look, I got her a blizzard over there, so I think she's good.
Oh, there you go. Dairy Queen?
We hooked her up. Yeah, Dairy Queen DQ.
Dairy Queen.
I'll tell you, that hits harder than Subway, so.
Oh, there you go. Jamie, where can you buy those small little spray heads for my Blue Collar 9 bottle?
That's a good question. So apparently I think the warehouse ran out of the blue collar sprayers and we got down to like 5. So I'm not sure. I would probably just transfer it, or I don't even know. Can Blue Collar 9 even, I don't even remember what Blue Collar 9 is, but probably Amazon. Just Amazon, some little rinky dink sprayers. And good luck because we're sold out. So
Yeah.
I think there might be one bottle of like one of them left, and then it's gone.
Yeah. Chris says
had a good run.
Subway cookies are like Jamie's spinach. You're not
Exactly.
wrong.
No, it's not wrong. Yeah, I slam a cookie and it's back to work. Back to work.
So when is the Nemesis V2 hitting the house? Because that's coming too, right?
Yeah. So the whole detail code line V2 is coming, and it just depends. The new labels are on the way, and then we're finalizing formulas. I think we pretty much finalized them all last week, and I even hit up Conway last week, and I was like, "Hey, you got any notes?" We sent him a couple things to test out, and he gave it flying colors. So I think V2's ready. Just bigger, badder, better, and we'll see. We're hoping September-ish till November-ish.
And shout out to Conway, by the way, man. That guy, he's a beast. He's so intelligent. Shout out to you, Conway. You're amazing. I really love that.
Shout out to Conway. Yeah, he's a real one.
He's a real one for sure. Can you give us a rundown? So you just said the whole detail code line. Will everything have another iteration? Is there another V2 for literally every product?
Not exactly, but the labels will be V2'd, and like Shield, all we did was kind of bump down the smell, that kind of deal. So we're not like fogging anybody out. It was a little strong on the first batch, so we toned that down a little bit. And like that, there's several chemicals that were just slight tweaks like that. And then there's a whole revamp. We'll get in that later. And then there's like half revamps. There's one chemical that got ground up V2. And I'll tell you that when it drops.
Okay, but we can't now.
Yeah.
Is there anything else coming to the house that
there's always something coming to the
people
house
can know about? Is there anything? No.
Like I ain't Eddie. I ain't spilling nothing. I got all kind of secrets. Kristi.
David said, which V2 product had the biggest change? But I think that's one that.
Yeah, there was one who had a big change, a big upgrade. It's tremendous, and I can't reveal it yet.
You can't know about it.
You had to wait. But it's a banger now. It's real good.
Yeah, I'm excited.
And it was a banger before, but once you revamp something, you get way more excited about the new thing. I was telling you about a couple towels I was designing for the podcast, and I'm like, it's real good. You just get so excited about the new thing over the old thing, but. Yeah, so I don't want to reveal too much,
Okay. I won't say any more because
Kristi's trying to get the scoop. Y'all gotta wait.
We will wait. Is there any other? Are we done? House of Rags. I keep saying we like it's we. I'm sorry. Are you guys done with products? You know what?
Are we done with the detail code line?
Like yes. Or is there any other products in the works? Or are we?
There's always some cooking. Eddie can't get set still, so about once a week he's like, "We need this, we need that, we should do this."
Yeah.
If I say something, we should make this. He's like, "You always want to add a new SKU." But then the next week he's like, "Oh yeah, I think we should make that, make this."
Yeah.
There's I'm cooking though.
Yeah. Is Infinity being? Never mind. I won't even ask.
You don't even ask, Kristi. Like,
change the subject. Chris M is saying. How many days behind is the warehouse? Do you have any idea?
So we actually hired a few more employees in the warehouse. They've been in the process of hiring. So what had happened was in the Mayish, like a sickness swept through the warehouse. A bunch of them missed a bunch of days, got taken out, and there's nothing you can do about that.
No, not at all.
What am I going to do? Like crack the whip on them and tell them to
get
back in there? So the warehouse got hit with a pretty bad sickness, apparently. It swept through the warehouse around the end of Mayish. And we launched a Memorial Day sale, and everything stacked up on them.
Yeah.
And so us in the warehouse decided the best option here is we just hire some new employees, and we just expand our little section of the warehouse, that kind of deal, and keep improving from there. But they made a tremendous jump today. I will say that. Like 300 orders went out today.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw mine. Mine went out. So
I think by Friday, I think they might get caught up with every single order. So
yeah,
good news.
That's awesome. Very good news. Did you guys, I have a feeling you killed it on the Mother's Day sale.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Memorial Day sale was through the
Oh,
roof.
that's what I meant. Sorry, Memorial
Yeah,
Day.
yeah, it was even the Mother's Day sale though.
Oh,
We were
that
like,
one too?
that was popping.
All
Dang.
the mothers?
Yeah. Like, I don't know why the Mother's Day sale hit different, but it hit. It
Yeah.
hit hard. And
Yeah.
Memorial Day came, and that was obviously that one's gonna hit, be a big one. And
Yeah.
then we're running the Father's Day sale. If you don't know, Father's Day sales running towels and detail code 25% off.
Nice. When does
And
that begin?
it's going.
Oh,
today.
that's already on. Okay.
Yep, start today, ends midnight Father's Day.
Okay.
So Sunday.
Kristen, we'll save you some change. Shameless little plug.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah, if you want to, like, it's only door towels and detail code. So if you added something else to cart,
Yeah, it'll
your,
take it out
your
back.
promo code still
That's
should
right.
stay
I
on.
forgot you can't double. But that
Yeah.
would be nice.
No, it won't double on the towels or detail code, but it'll hit anything else you add to cart. It should work.
David said, free ugly tie and a pair of socks with every order for Father's
That'd be
Day.
great. Look, I wish we could do silly stuff like that. It'd be hilarious. But
Yeah.
it was hard enough to get those shirts in. That first round of merch, it took forever.
So I shouldn't ask about merch because that was my next question.
No, that's a whole process, Kristi.
Dang, I mean, what can I ask here?
It's a whole process. Warehouse is very specific on how stuff like shows up and has to be bagged and tagged, and it's a whole ordeal.
Yeah.
To have it all lined up to work right in the system for the warehouse to do it. But more merch will come. We're going to keep doing it, and in bigger sizes next time.
Yes.
No mediums.
What about stickers?
Next question.
I mean, everybody loves a sticker.
I love a sticker too. I love a good sticker.
Are those
stickers? we might do like SEMA stickers. Might do SEMA stickers.
Wes is asking,
next question. They refuse. They shut every light off in that mode.
We're done.
Heck no. Give the people a break, all right?
I was
Let them
just
take
going
a
to
weekend.
say that. Like, come on, people have families.
Yeah.
They got things to do.
We expanded our section now. Got some more people in there.
Yeah.
We should be back on track.
Yeah. Renaissance back in stock before the sale ends? No.
Negative.
Did you expect Renaissance to be?
No. And we're still not ordered enough. So we're still like, or more. I don't.
Yeah.
No, we were like, we agreed with everybody. When we launched it, we're like, yeah, this is good.
Yeah.
No, we did not think that would be our big seller. That's pretty awesome.
Makes
sense though, right? I made the towels, and everybody bought Renaissance with the bought towel. And washed, and they're like, oh, this is different.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's different.
Yes. So cleaning out my garage about a week ago, or trying to organize, there was a bucket that I kind of forgot about that was stashed in a corner with just some crusty pastels in it. Like these things were disgusting, and I almost threw them in the trash can because I'll tell you what, like they were bad. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna wash them with some Renaissance and just see what happens. Like, they can't get any worse. And I'll tell you what, blown away.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Our first big test of Renaissance is we did like that disaster detail, like the first time I went to Eddie's, and these towels were done. Like I would usually just throw them all away. And soaked them overnight and then washed them the next day, and they were all brand new.
Yeah.
Like from a disaster, like sticky stuff and black, and everything you can imagine in these towels. And it brought it all out, and we were like, all right.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
It's pretty insane. I did not, not saying I didn't think Renaissance could do it, but I just didn't have any hope for it. If we would have seen, I should have taken a picture, and I don't know why I didn't video it. I should have. I just wasn't thinking.
You should. Yeah, that would have been a good video.
I just wasn't
test
thinking.
it out.
And man,
these beeps, I'm blowing up over here.
I know. So when it comes back in stock, guys, get yourself the big gallons, because
you got to get some. That'd be the first 5-gallon product, Renaissance.
Yeah, that's what. Yep, Renaissance might as well get sold. Yeah, it should.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. I have a hard time buying gallons sometimes, just because I don't detail as much as other people, but there's certain things that you definitely should have bigger quantities of, and that is absolutely one of
Yeah,
them.
because there is nothing worse than running out of microfiber detergent.
Oh, it really is.
Once you're used to washing with it and you see what it does, it's hard to go back to that all free and clear.
Yeah. And it also, anything else I've had, I have a couple other, detergents for towels, and just there's no comparison. I might as well just throw them in the trash because no. Dark Dragon says, can you sell concentrates of products like the Chemex powders, but in small bottles to dump in 5 gallons to save shipping or space?
It's a good idea. Look, I don't even know how Bob does that. I don't even think Bob knows how Bob does that, because like we've been waiting on a restock of Chemex. I'm like, Bob, where's it at? And he's like, well, our Old Glory, what's he called that? Not Old Glory, Patriot powders. Our Patriot powders gave us a little problem with this batch. You know how Bob is. He's so nothing against this guy. He's so chill.
Yeah.
He's like, so we're kind of working on that, getting material in.
Yeah.
Like, can you hurry it up some? Like the Australia's ready to buy some Chemex, Bob.
Yeah. Yeah.
Still trying to figure out Patriot powder. So I think it's not an easy process.
Yeah.
He's still trying to figure it out, but maybe if he's got a secret he can share with us.
Yeah.
I asked the chemist, and they have no idea what could be powdered and what could not.
Because it really isn't a bad idea, again, for just shipping purposes.
Yeah, for a good idea. Especially shipping to like Australia.
Yeah.
UK. If we could just sell our soaps in powder form, and you just dump it in, a gallon of distilled water and make a gallon of soap. Pretty good idea.
That's a great idea, actually. I'm intrigued.
Yeah, and that was, Bob's big idea. The Patriot powders is that he wants to get to this international. So if we trim Stars and Stripes down to just those 2 canisters, Australia's already was all about it. They're like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. So
that'd be
it's definitely working. He's just got to master it now and figure it out, how to constantly produce it and have it ready to go.
Yeah. And what about Ragnarok, man? Did you guys know what a heavy hitter that was when you?
For sure. We've been testing this mug since the beginning of the year.
I mean,
someone was Juice. Juice was like, make a wheel acid. I'm like, yeah, make a wheel acid. Sure, why not? Good little challenge. Like, no one's really tried to recreate the wheel acid in quite some time and actually have it, as strong.
Yeah.
As kind of an old school wheel acid. So that was our take on it. What we do with the chemist and reduce the fumes and stuff. And it still hits. I don't think it's too far off from the old school plastic acid. So
I don't know, but
it's a hard hitter.
Yeah, and I've said it a couple of times. There are a lot of good products out there, but there's not a whole bunch of them where I'm just like completely baffled and mind blown by them. That was one that I was like, holy hell, like this is amazing. And Jeff is saying to use it in a foam cannon.
That's what I was going to click on that. Like, what are you talking about?
I think we're trying to click on it at the same time.
Yeah, I got excited. I started clicking.
Yeah.
Here, I'll do it.
Go for it.
There we go. Ragnarok and a foam. Jeff, I'm going to need you to do some explaining. What?
He mentioned this too the other day, but
I bet it cleans the mess out that foam cannon though. If your foam cannon starts acting a little funny, run a little Ragnarok. Just dip it in the bottle, run it through it. I bet that cleans it out like nothing else.
Yeah. Adamo saying it foams like a mother.
Does it really? I've never tested.
The surfactants, maybe? Would that be why?
Yeah, it's acidic surfactants. Yeah.
Yeah. And I do have to tell you, like, even I used it on, obviously uncoated wheels, and it just, even just the rinse, it just felt smooth and slick. Those surfactants, I could really.
So at first, like the first rendition of it, I got it in and sprayed it on and rinsed, and like nothing came off. It was like so surfactant heavy, the surfactants wouldn't come off the surface. So it's like I had to get that surfactant really under control. Rinsed well, and then, like once we figured that out, it just takes off everything once it's dwelled and done its thing.
Yeah. Sock says 1 to 3. Yeah. He used it straight. But 1 to 3, I used it straight just for the first time because I just wanted to see it work, and I bet you could use it 1 to 10. I guarantee, and it'd still be.
Yeah, it's still not safe for like raw aluminum. So I may have whitened out Ivan's bus wheel, testing it out on his bus wheels because he has alloys. So let me see here, Ivan.
Yeah.
whited it out. He's like, oh, we'll get them polished up in a couple months anyway. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, cool. So still not, unless if you're about to polish the wheels, you
Then
have
it
to
doesn't
bleach it.
matter.
Yeah, it takes out all the contamination
Yeah.
real fast, makes your polishing job easier. So it's a good thing if you're going to polish the wheels, but if you're not, avoid raw aluminums, that kind of deal, alloy wheels.
Yeah.
But should be safe for every other wheel type.
Yeah. And it didn't have like the scent.
Nope.
I expected it to.
It just smells a little good.
My lungs. Yeah, it does. It actually has a nice scent.
Still though, don't sniff it. Don't be sniffing, Kristi.
Yeah.
Still an acid, but it does. If you catch a little fume, it'll be all right.
Yeah. Yeah. I just was surprised. I was expecting something much more like pungent or, you know what I mean, to hit the lungs and nothing. No.
Yeah, someone said, "How did y'all make an acidic cleaner that hits the nose or lungs less than your citrus degreaser?"
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how BDE got that potent, but we calmed it down. The V2 version will be calmer.
Yeah, it won't hit the lungs like that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. No, it'll be way milder.
Yeah, because I really do like
strength-wise, it'll be stronger, but scent-wise, it'll be milder.
Oh. So BTE is going to be stronger.
I know nothing. I see nothing, Kristi. We'll keep moving. All right, what's the next question? What we got? 4 minutes left, Kristi. You got any more questions? What we got going on here?
Darn it. I don't know what I heard. Sorry.
See
anyway. See you, Conway. Thank you for being here. Yeah. So man, lots of fun stuff coming up.
Yeah. We got a lot of stuff lined up. Big releases coming up. Of course, the Yum shipment's going to be big when it gets here. It's going to have even more goodies. Collab wax, the rinseless, and then the coatings are coming at some point. We have a couple of events before SEMA we're going to line up. That'll be fun. Okay. So stay tuned for that. We're still finalizing some stuff on that, but I think we're going to have our first training coming soon.
Really?
So I'll give you that sneak peek. Yeah, I think our first training is going to be real soon. It's going to be a whole meal deal, interior, exterior prep, coating, polishing, wet sanding, like a whole meal deal, 1 day extreme training kind of deal. So we're lining that up with a couple companies. Okay. So get ready.
Becca and I were just talking about this the other day. We were like, wouldn't it be so great if they did a training? I would so be there.
Well, that was the plan, but then, we just so busy. We're just so busy. Yeah. And then we had to do like the Yum launch. Yeah. All kind of stuff. So trainings, it's like, it just don't make sense right now, but we are going to travel in a couple months.
That's amazing. Oh.
Unless it falls apart. Stuff happens. So don't 100% that, but I think I'm 80% sure we've got this locked in. Yeah.
But at least it's coming at some point, even if not in a couple months, it'll happen.
I think in 2026 will be a lot. I think we'll start doing trainings more regularly once we definitely get a groove of how this works and stuff. Yeah,
I have a few people asking about a Novacar.
A Novacar, yeah. So it's on the boat. It's out there. It's out there.
It'll be here.
Hopefully, didn't get pirated or nothing. It's coming. Yeah, it's like when Klinkle showed up. We're like, oh my God, Klinkle's back. Like, make a short. Yeah. So like when the stuff shows up, warehouse alerts us, and we're like, all right. Yeah. So it's coming though. Yeah, Novacare. Yeah, y'all made a Novacare hit. So y'all really want that stuff back. The colored foams went viral a lot. Like a couple viral videos off the colored foams. So, and those soaps, not just look wise, they're really good soaps. They're good. Yeah. I used that dang blue one. I was like, this is a good soap. Like besides it blue, and we have the non-colored one coming on this ship. So if you just want the good soap part of the soap, they'll have that one as well. So those are tremendous big hits. And Novacar is probably the most underrated brand we have. Yeah. It's some tremendous stuff.
It's good.
So we will probably do a deep dive on a Novacar next time it restocks.
Good.
Yeah. There's just no point, making content when you can't buy the products. So low on stock. It's like, now we got to wait. That's kind of where Garage Therapy is right now. We did a couple weeks of them back a couple weeks back, and the snow foam sold out immediately. And now we're kind of low on everything else, but Garage Therapy starting to hit as well.
Yeah.
Real
Nice.
good stuff. And they have a new product coming too on this next order. So
Cool. Adrian's asking, do you assume that the training will be on Detail Co stuff?
we'll
Is
see.
that what you would be using maybe?
There'll be a couple companies coming together.
Okay.
Probably the coatings for sure. I must say, I'll say that.
Yeah.
We'll certify our first, Detail Co students.
Okay. Luminous
For the first
General ETA.
Planning it right now. I think it's on the way, but you got to plan a launch around a brand like this, I think. So
Yeah.
we'll start teasing it again shortly and then start planning the launch. And we want it to be, in depth and big too, like Katiba, like Yum.
Yeah. Yeah.
We kind of learned our lessons from those two, really successful. And, it was winter time when we launched a few brands like Mile Deep and stuff as well. But I think the more in-depth the launch, that way you have a bunch of information ready. Because if you don't know what the product is or what the product does, like who cares?
Yeah.
What's the story of the brand? You got to tell a brand story. So
Yeah.
we're planning the Luminous launch shortly.
Nice. And then probably last question, because I do have to pick up my son from football
Yeah,
practice.
it's time to go.
Becca wants to know, maybe, do you have a hypothetical location for where training might be?
Eddie's house. Why not? Let's go to the garage.
I love it. But let's not burn any paint, please.
Oh, no, we're burning the paint. It's all going down. All right, Kristi, you got to get your son. So let's wrap this up. Wakeater coming soon.
All
Get
right.
ready.
Thank you. Thank you for being here tonight. Yes, Wakeater coming soon. Lots of things coming soon. Stay tuned. Keep your eye open for these drops, these launches, and I will catch you guys on the next one.
Later.
Good night.
Appreciate it. Bye.